you're absolutely right as far as the some of the feedback from the citizens, the perception of police officers that, we're just an army out there, writing tickets, arresting people, but they never see the human side of a police officer. They don't understand that, we have families, we have problems, we have to deal with those problems, and we're just like any other person. We're out there doing a job, keeping the city of Warren safe. So, Jim, with that, let's move on to another new program, and that's the Church Police City, which we call CPC partnership. And it's a pretty unique partnership, getting the police and the churches together. And again, I applaud you for your efforts in that area because it's really going well. So why don't you kind of explain that to our viewing audience?
I can't necessarily take credit for the CPC, the initiation of it. There were two people who were instrumental in bringing forth the CPC group. First one is Kelly Collegio. She worked for the mayor. She no longer works for the city, but her and Officer Jody Walney, who was one of our DARE officers. Officer Walney initiated this and came to me with some questions concerning criminal activity that was occurring at churches. We brought that information forth to you, and you allowed us to look into it more. And myself, Officer Walney, and Kelly Collegio got together and tried to find out what we could do to check on the crime and see what we can do with other situations. This is, you said it was unique. It is. We've checked, and at this point, we've been told also from other people who've checked, including the Wall Street Journal, checked into this, that there's not another program like CPC anywhere in the country. What CPC is a partnership, just like it says, between the churches, all the churches in Warren. We have over 100 churches in the city of Warren. It's with the churches, with the police department, and with city administration. City gets a lot of calls about activities that we as a government really can't handle. They get calls, I can't pay my bills. There's damage to trees in my property. There's problems that we as a police department and we as a government are unable to handle. That's where the church and social functions come into. And the church gets a lot of requests that they can't handle. So what we did is we contacted every church in the city of Warren. Initially to say, we can impart knowledge to you if there's criminal activity occurring at several churches. We started an email address between all the churches in the city that we would send information concerning criminal activity. It has branched into, we meet every other month. We're working on a steering committee, and if there's a problem that any member of the CPC group gets, that they come. Salvation Army is also included this. Gleaners, Salvation Army, McRest, several programs have been brought forth with this. And what we do as a partnership, we take any problems that come forth with us, because the city is inundated with calls, especially in these hard economic times. Bring it forth. This involves the churches, but as I say, the police department is non-denominational. There's nothing that we will come forth with. There's nothing that we will come forth religiously. This is a coalition, a partnership that is there to help the community. With over 100 churches involved, the city government and the police department, we've been able to help numerous individuals with a myriad of problems. Anything that isn't specifically handled by a certain group, CPC can help out.
That is great. Excellent program. How about the bicycle giveaway program? You're taking care of that. These are bikes that are found, and after a certain amount of time, we have we can dispose of those bikes, and then rather than auction them off, we're giving them to needy citizens. Can you just briefly talk about that?
Yes, sir.
How many bikes have we given to?
We've given away between 200 and 300 bikes we've given away to individuals. What we do is we ask for needy families. If they have some children who need some bikes, they contact us. We put them on a list, and then when we get a large amount of bikes, we make sure they're in decent shape, and some of them are actually brand new. Some bikes we get bikes donated. We bring bikes in, found property, possibly stolen property that nobody has ever claimed. we make sure the bikes are in decent working order, and we call the needy families in, and they get to pick out their bikes. It's great, and you've seen that. The kids
Oh,
pick
it's
out their
exciting.
bikes.
I remember the first ones we gave out to I think there was two brothers there. One was just having a
sir.
birthday. He was 5 years old. I don't think he ever had a bike. The family could never afford a bike.
No, they were
But
smiling
that's a
ear to
great
ear.
program. Jim, how about LEAD, LEADS, Law Enforcement Against Drugs? I mean, this is a program that we implemented as far as we give these drug kits out free at the records section. No questions asked. They can go home and test their daughter or son if they feel that or have suspicions that they're using alcohol or drugs. That's going very well, I understand. We've given out over 1,000
Yes.
of these kits to residents at no cost, and that is funded by narcotic forfeiture funds.
Yes, sir. We've given over 1,000 kits away. No questions asked. You don't have to say anything when you come in. We do provide information concerning treatment centers, and we also state if you want to speak with a detective concerning anything that as a parent you can do to help your child, we'll provide that to you also.
Great. How about our chaplain corps? You've really done a good job with the chaplain corps. I had a chaplain corps in Farmington Hills, but now we have. I'm very impressed with the chaplains. I mean, we have 6 chaplains. And they are just, they're really part of the department. And maybe you could kind of explain to our viewing audience kind of what that program is all about and what it offers to the community and also to members of the police department.
I'm in charge of the chaplain corps, and you allowed me to take over that. We have 6 full-time chaplains. We actually have a chaplain who left our department and moved away, but he requested to remain on because he sees how great this corps is going now. But we have 6 full-time chaplains who go around. They actually go on ride-alongs with the police officers. They are there for support, for moral support, for emotional support, for religious, spiritual support. They don't force themselves upon anybody, and they're all different denominations. We have that. And their churches are all in the city of Warren, and they're all throughout, interspersed throughout the city. They are fantastic. They've been so well accepted by the officers. They will go on any call that the department or the citizen requests. They are there to provide the officers with any needs that they need, any emotional support.
Right.
But they're there for the citizens too. They respond to fatal accidents, suicides, homicides, a death in the family. They will be there. They'll stay as long as the family requests. They will go to the funeral home to help the family out. They will provide support for the family, and they will, if the family needs anything, they will see, because they have the connections through their churches, they'll do anything that they can. And I'm so impressed with the gentlemen that are in this corps now. They're fantastic.
That's great. Well, Jim, we have less than a minute, and I want to just highlight to the viewing audience, the public again, this is our first printed ever annual report from the police department. This is for the year 2008. And we do have it on the city's website. You can click on to the police department and go through this entire report and learn more about your police department. And Jim, again, you were in charge of this project, and
Yes, sir.
you did a superb job putting this annual report together. And I know there's areas that next year we're going to improve on as far as the statistical end of it. But I want to personally thank you for your hard work on this particular project too.
Thank you, sir.
So, Jim, we're just about out of time. Any closing thoughts?
No, sir. I think all the programs that we have really come forth, and the citizens in the police department are probably closer than I can ever remember.
Great. Jim, thank you, and thank you for viewing Police Journal. Until next time.